Hello everybody, how are you doing? Hope you're all well. So, excuse the hair, I need to go to barbers and get a trim, but I've just been too busy. So, we're going to try something a little bit different. Seen a few other people do this, so let's give it a whirl and see how it goes. So, we're going to do your standard 5-car dream garage, but money is no option. So, if money was no option, if you had unlimited money or if you had 100 million in the bank, these are the 5 cars I would have. Well, I'd probably have more, but these are the first 5 I'd have in my dream garage. So, first, there's going to be a theme with these 5 cars, well, 4 of them. 4 out of the 5 aren't going to stay standard, not even in the slightest. But there's 1 car that I would leave completely standard. I think the only thing I might do, if I couldn't get one in my preferred colour, is change the colour. So, the first one is the 1 car that I had when I was younger that I regret selling more than anything, any other car in all my car history, which is the Mark IV Supra standard, you know what I mean? But mine was about 650 horsepower. I'd probably go a little bit higher than that. I'd go fully forged engine, big hybrid turbos, the works, no standstill, nice wheels, probably change the colour, don't know what to like, but I'd probably change the colour. No standstill, no air suspension, it'd just be a nice 750, might even go higher, horsepower, Mark IV Supra. Would I go for the T-top? No, I don't really like them. I prefer the flat coupe roof, but that's just me. Other people might like the Targa top. So that's the first one, the Supra, the Mark IV Supra. Secondly, I would go for a Ranger Raptor. The newer the better, probably. Well, it doesn't really matter because the engine wouldn't be staying in it anyway. I'd get a Ranger Raptor. I'd have all the suspension sorted so it was even better than it comes out of the factory. And whether it was the 2 litre or the 3 litre turbo that I bought, the engine would be getting ripped out and there'd be a 5 litre Coyote Mustang engine going in it. Nice Whipple supercharger on it. And maybe even the F-150 wide arch kit on it. I just think that should have been an option when they brought the Ranger Raptor out over here. They should have got, I mean, they did it with the Mustang, they brought the little shitty EcoBoost out as well as the 5.0. So I think with the Ranger Raptor, that should have been an option from day one. Buy your 2 litre, buy your 3 litre turbo, but you should have had an option to have the Coyote in it. Even as standard, it's not like it's a weak motor, do you know what I mean? It's not like it's a weak engine. It's like 400 odd horsepower, or 400 to 500 horsepower, high 4s, something like that. And then throw a Whipple on it. Get it all, again, go for a fully built engine. And like I say, maybe throw the F-150 wide arch kit on it. Get the suspension higher, get the big chunky mean looking wheels on it, and that's how it should have been. That should have been an option on the Ranger Raptor. Don't know why they didn't do it, maybe because there wouldn't have been enough demand for it here in the UK, but it should have been an option for you to be able to order it, if that makes sense. When you order your Ranger Raptor, there should have been an option, and then more engine options. And you should have had the 5.0, the Coyote, as an option. So there's my second one. Third one, I like my Range Rovers. I've had a P38 years ago, had that for quite a while, loved it. I've got the Range Rover Sport, which is currently in a JLR specialist, getting the park brake actuator replaced, and there's something up with the parking sensors, so that's getting looked at. The RAC are just taking the time, giving the garage the okay. But the next car would be a newer Range Rover Sport SVR, and again, that wouldn't be staying standard. That'd be going, I reckon, I'd probably go to stage 2 with that, just get more power out of it. I don't think I'd do anything to the body. I think the new SVR looks good as it is, so I think it'd just be go to stage 2 with it, maybe a better exhaust. That's probably all I'd do to the SVR. And then my fourth one would be the car that I've always wanted, the Skyline. I've had the R33, but you want the Holy Grail. No one wants the R33, no one wants the R35, everyone wants the R34. I'd have to get an R34 in Bayside Blue. And again, that probably wouldn't stay standard. I'd probably put a decent set of wheels on it, nice wheels, probably lower it a bit, or maybe not, maybe leave it the same ride height, I don't know, I'd have to see if I got it. And again, I'd probably just get the engine completely and utterly built, going same with the Supra, like high 7s, possibly even higher horsepower. But that's a car I've always wanted, but just never been able to afford. So if money was no option, obviously you're going to buy one, and you're going to buy one in the mintest condition you can get. And I seen one on, was it Auto Trader? I think it was Auto Trader, or no, it might have been eBay, for nearly £250,000. I'll probably put a picture of that one up now with me. Yeah, so I don't, you wouldn't really want to do nothing to the body of the R34 Skyline, because it's just the iconic shape, the iconic look. You just wouldn't want to mess with it, not in the slightest. But like I said, probably get the engine built, bigger turbo, the lot. So that's the 4 that aren't staying standard. The one that is staying standard, apart from maybe a colour change, is a C1 Corvette. The hard top, it's got a removable hard top. The same car Lucifer drives in the Netflix series, the C1 Corvette. I'd have to have one of them, and I don't know what colour I'd want it in. The ones I've seen online for sale, researching for this video, was like the two-tone red and white, or the two-tone blue and white, one a darker blue, one a lighter blue. But the only thing I'd do with that is potentially change the colour and just go all one colour, maybe black. I don't know, I'd have to see what I was feeling on the day. Probably just get it wrapped, so if I fancy changing my mind again, it's not going to cost an arm and a leg to get it stripped and resprayed. It's just easier to wrap nowadays, isn't it? Yeah, so 5 cars, 4 modified, 1 kept standard, just maybe a change colour. Like I say, there'd probably be, if money was no option, you'd have more than 5 cars. You'd end up having the same amount of cars as freaking Jay Leno, wouldn't you? If money was no option. But money was no option, they're the first 5 I'd go for. And as a side note, I'd probably buy my missus a G-Wagon, because she loves them. The newer one, not the older one. I'd go for the newer one. But, so, they're the 5 dream cars I'd have. 5 cars I'd have in my dream car garage if money was no option. Let me know in the comments what 5 cars you'd have in your 5-car dream garage if money was no option. And that's it for now. That's it for this video. I know I haven't been on YouTube that much lately, but I've been doing loads of freaking landscaping at home, so getting all the gardens done. The Range Rover should be back hopefully within the next 2 weeks. Touch wood. It just depends how quick the RAC get moving. Because I know it won't take long to change the park brake actuator, and I'm assuming there's a break in the loom in the back bumper for the inner right park sensor, because when it first happened I took it back to Mike at Spot Check. He changed the park sensor, it was fine for half a day, then it went off again. So I'm assuming there's a break in the loom, or worst case scenario it's one of the modules for it. We'll just have to find out. So I'll catch you up then when I get the Range Rover back. I still even haven't had a chance to clean it yet. Well, I have, but I'll just give it a quick wash, just a quick jet wash off. So yeah, let me know in the comments what your 5 dream cars would be in that same situation if money was no object. Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you in a bit.